Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top of the right side as the Cyan Mongols, the Szalami1. I still can't get his name right after all these years. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Yellow Malians. We have a foreign name. Mongols versus Malians, and I've always had trouble facing Malians as playing as Mongols. I find the Malians just a little bit too powerful with those warrior scouts, in my opinion. They move fast, they have really high health regen, and they tend to be just a bit too effective. So I got 6 people onto the... Oh, I think it's going for some sort of tower rush here. We do got the pair of spearmen deployed out. Nice early spearmen from as well spent some stone. That has a Donzo here. So Khan has received quite a bit of fire there. Those throughout his Eagle Scout. And does lose one of his spearmen now, which is a big loss. But of course got these Donzo. Donzo appear to be equal to... Nope, they do have additional 1 melee armor. Now trying to go for a tower here. The scouts cannot do much damage versus these villagers, and the villagers going to be in the mix as well, trying to get some damage there. The Khan has minimal attack. Got more Donzo being pulled out on the field. He's trying to go for this tower, but I think there's just too many Donzo. I think he may need to abandon the region. Villagers now backing on off. We do got another pair of spearmen advancing forward. He needs those spearmen. It does cancel that tower there. I don't think it was actually destroyed. So those 2 villagers trying to does take out one of the Donzo there. And now these spearmen falling back, so is that villager. Cyan, of course, has lost some villagers in that engagement. He's down less villagers than his opponent. And looks like he does manage to fall back in time. We do not have an outpost being pulled on out here, trying to keep this area secure. Let's see. The Malian player has plenty of gold for tech aging up, just needs more food. The Mongol player needs a bit more of everything at the moment. He has now tasked some villagers there onto the gold mine. Oh no, he actually had enough for the deer stone. And he's going for deer stone, interestingly enough. Both the feudal age landmarks of the Mongols, in my opinion. You got the one that gives cheaper merchants, but that's not good. I've tried going out for early merchants with that. It's not a good idea to go for early merchants. These villagers need to get inside of this tower. Let's finish off one of those Donzo. Very nice. I was saying beforehand, the cheaper merchants at feudal age is not useful. It's a bit of a trap, that one. And Deerstone does provide a nice benefit there of the faster movement speed, which could be very useful for these for collection, but that's about it. It's not really that great of a landmark. In other words, I say, if I were to redesign the Mongols landmarks, I could do a whole video on that. I do have some ideas how I would redesign the Mongols landmarks. But now we've got the age up for the Mongols. The Malians now going for the Monza Quarry, which does give them some easy gold / stone generation. As well as do have some housing around this pit mine here to get some extra passive gold. And let's go and fast forward time being. Maybe during this time frame I could talk about what I would change different with the Mongols. Honestly, the Khan is an interesting concept, but also I would actually change it to make it more like the Meter. There's possibilities where you can, in order to make that animation that goes above the head, there are triggers like that when enemies are nearby to do that arrow that flies above your head. And you can do like, choose one of 3 abilities there, like the Meter. The ability I'm referring to is the Castle Network for the English. They have it's not always on, and so, oh, good hit there. It's not always on, so there's triggers for when enemies are nearby. You can throw a signal arrow up in the sky and just make it so that's more of a graphical animation rather than a actual ability or a cooldown ability. And among other things, like I would probably rearrange how the landmarks are and change what they are, because you could perhaps do the Kurotai be available in H2, and that's where actually where you pull out the Khans rather than having Khan as something you just have inherently available. But I should make my own video about that possible changes. Maybe I'll actually learn how to create a mod for Age of Empires 4 to show my off-by changes. That's an idea. Oh, I just read this as well. On the Twitch stream over here. I like to have the Twitch stream up. We do have some good rating here. The rating here is actually pretty important because, remember, Mongols, when a building set up blaze, they get a bit of a cash bounty, 25-25. And that is very good, and the Malians are mostly susceptible to the raiding of the Mongol, because these houses, they provide only 5 population, so you deploy more of them, and they have half health from a house. So that's actually pretty good. Does use the arrow benefit there to get his archers firing quicker. You also got some javelin throwers here. Javelin throwers are an anti-range unit. They do have 3 inherent pierce armor as well, so imagine the skirmishers from Age of Empires 2. Malians in Age of Empires 4 is basically playing Malians as Age of Empires 2. They do get a really good spearmen. Not only they have more health, they get 1 extra melee arm. That's a little bit on the strong side, honestly. Malians just seem like are incredibly powerful to me. I wonder what are the downsides. Because they get really cheap horsemen, cheap, fast, and has health regen. They get cheap horsemen, they get more powerful spearmen, they get a good anti-range tool in feudal age. What is their downside? How expensive are those spearmen, out of curiosity? 60-30. You know, I actually don't know the spearman cost off the top of my head. Let's use the scouting eagle there. Let's throw some javelins into the Khan. And these forces do need to fast fall back. His sprint arrow is still on cooldown. More archers deployed on the field. Gain some good damage there. Does take out 1 Han Donzo, and these forces are advancing on 4 now. Okay, the Tartan Donzos are a little bit more expensive in wood, which makes sense because they're just really good comparison to regular spearmen. This Donzo could be quickly picked off. Losing these individual units right now is not really good. Hit mines not being collected. The thing is, he can't just exactly go forward and deploy another pit mine here and deploy more housing around it, because the Mongol would love to raid that to get his some gold of his own. You're not got the step redoubt being employed on the field. A step redoubt is a... Let's see, let's get those. The Kurotai provides the aura for damage and healing, while the step redoubt gives increased gold drop-off. That's another thing I have as well. Step redoubt. A redoubt is a fortress, so it makes no sense why that provides extra gold drop-off when it sounds like a defensive landmark. Like, that could be a keep for a faction who cannot deploy out keeps. And landmark keeps require wood rather than stone to repair up, so you don't have to worry about repairing with your stone supply. We do now have the step redoubt being pulled out right here. We're in the middle of these 2 gold mines. That is an excellent placement there, so he's going to have a lot of extra gold there. So that's, imagine this 6,000 here and another 4,500 there. The Malians does have a good force right here, as well as we got now the Fombia Garrison, which allows them to produce barracks and artillery units in groups of 5, and they only cost gold at a reduced rate. Exotic Dogi does go down there. Do not have the double broad axe being researched by Cyan. Yellow's going for wheelbarrow and pierce damage. And this is not the improved one. He spent all of his stone onto those early military units. Getting some damage there, just being oh so annoying. We'll see a pretty good volley there now. And as I was trying to take a drink, there is a single Lancer charging forward, but immediately received some stabs there from Donzo. This Lancer is not going to be very useful. That's receiving more and more fire there. Ovo is depleted. I actually pronounce that. Uvo? Ovo? We do got another pit mine here, and does spot it, which means there is some easy raiding here. That's 100 food and gold for the Mongol player. Of course, it's Donzo's in the region. Throws out another javelin there. Does that javelin do melee or pierce damage? Javelin does do range damage. We got a good number of archers here. Of course, with now the Yam network able to be applied to all these units, he's able to close in on these units quite easily. Does have a couple step lancers mix. There's no Donzo in this region, so these javelin throwers and veteran archers are getting overran by the step lancers as well. Step lancers currently have 4 pierce armor. These archers currently have 8 attacks, so they will do 4 damage per arrow. Step lancers are advancing forward. The Khan may go down to his volley arrows. It will go down now. Now the archers engaging each other. Yeah, sorry about that. Ensign's going to be backing off his archers now. He does not have... Yellow does have pierce armor and range armor, so he does have a higher quality force, and which allows him to punch well above his weight. And this Step Lancer is going to advance forward, trying to find some more raiding. I gotta say, the pit mine here, I'm assuming it has the same gold deposit number there as to a regular mine. I don't see how much gold it actually has left if it does. Got the Donzos here, getting some great stabs there. And now I've got these archers advancing forward, but does run the fire of these outposts. They have an alternative arrow slits, at least this one here. This one has not. And he will try to overrun. The Step Lancer charging forward. I wonder, Donzo, do they have the spear brace? They do have the spear wall, yes. Another pit mine being pulled out on the field with some housing along with it. This area has quite a bit of housing as well. And I just saw some sort of shield upgrade. I'm not sure what that was. I do not have the faster, superior mobility. Also, that's not one I really go for myself. The slower carts are perfectly fine and go long distance. By the time your cart gets over there, they tend to be ready for drop-off. It's really not that useful technology, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm a little bit more, since I only play Mongols, I'm a little bit more vocal on Mongol stuff. We got a good layer of research there. No boosted economic upgrades, but for more range attack and range armor. Then an archers advancing forward with some of these sofas. These are heavy melee cavalry. And we've got man-at-arms charging forward, but that man-at-arms does get focused down with the Step Lancer pushing forward as well. These veteran sofas do have 6 pierce armor, so there's a lot of pierce armor there. Man-at-arms being pushing forward. Sign will need some spearmen help deal with these veteran sofa or crossbowmen. Spearmen probably be a little bit better, but they won't last long. Maybe just long enough though. Man-at-arms, of course, are more or less neutral ground on sofas, but they do have less health. And Step Lancers are so useful in this kind of engagement as well. Veteran sofa may go down that volley, does go down that volley, very nice. And you could use the speed arrow as well. I also try to go for a spear brace there. Got some good hits there on the Lancer. More veteran sofas advancing forward. Sign will need to pull out more man-at-arms. Oh, he does have a pair of crossbowmen here. The crossbowman may want to fire a volley there. Step Lancer will go down, and now the man-at-arms will go down as well. Oh, looks like there's poison damage as well. And that poison damage apparently does stack, because I saw like 5 stacks there. Having a single shaman here does aim quite nice for getting some good healing. Got Siege Workshop being employed out, maybe trying to eye for some mangonels. More veteran archers being pulled on out of the field. Can't get gunners eventually. He doesn't have access to crossbows as the Malians, which makes it so step lance is a bit hard to deal with. He does have now springboard in place in this one. Sofas are starting to go down. Does use like the rare arrow, the reload reduced fire rate arrow. But we're not engaging there for yellow. Shaman will be stabbed by that sofa. Man at Arms currently has 6 pierce armor. These archers still have. Wait. They don't. I don't see the attack weapon. I see that poison upgrade. Do they actually just not do any base damage anymore when there's no when they have poison research? Okay, that must be some sort of UI bug there. Sofa's trying to charge him forward. Does have good number of crossbowmen trying to overrun the Mangonel. Doing a good job of focus firing down those Sofas. Sofas do not have a charge attack, so they're a little bit weaker in trying to deal with these siege weapons. Does do a nice dodge there. Veteran archers falling back. A lot of poison damage there. Okay, they do still do their alpha damage, so that's just a UI bug of where to show the attack after getting the poison arrow upgrade appears to be. Also, that alpha damage from the arrow does quite a bit. We got another forward siege workshop being put on the field. The Mangonel can start firing away in this region, get some more raid damage, or some more raiding value. We do now have this veteran Sofa advancing forward. We'll find this Shaman there, and it will go down. Multiple Mangonel to put on the field. That's got the house as well. Shaman will go ahead and go on down. And I do have a battery ram here. This housing will not last all too long with these forces nearby. Step Lance is trying to stop this point from being decaptured. And the point will be saved. Got a bit of berries being collected there. Also has a nearby stable, so maybe I invest a stone with that. He's also now going for the increased rating, giving was it plus 50 in total, or increase the raid income from United Building to plus 50, so it goes from 25 to 50. It doesn't go up to 75. I usually just research that when I'm about ready to hit my opponent's base. A lot of archers here. Archers being focused down. Mangonel may receive some fire there. Mangonel finds a piece of volley there. Gets some volleys there. Various archers in the region. Crossbones need to start focusing down these Sofas. Mangonel seems to hit there, but wood can't exactly be poisoned. We got the Yam network here that only increases movement speed, nothing else. Got these battery rams now pushing way forward. More of these archers starting to go on down. And now do have these housing being sieged down by these battery rams. Archers here to support, but there's the escort archers starting to go down. Crossbow needs to focus on the Sofas. We do got a single step lance in this mix as well. We got this Mangonel charging forward as well. Does take out that Sofa there. I think the spring ball replacement's doing some good work. And now his battery rams are making some great work. Looks like Science playing all 3 Seeker Sights in the back of this as well. Very nice. Yellow doesn't have much of army remaining. Yellow does have decent reserve of resources, but is not building a lot of army. Oh, just got the ×5 right there. That goes ahead and goes on down. He's starting to lose some of this infrastructure. Needs some melee units to hit these battery rams. batter rams getting, of course, a lot of extra value there from the siege effect. The base is starting to be gutted quite a bit. We does have some gold over here. And I've got these arch crossbowmen trying to intercept that region. We're forcing these advance on forward. This is the primary town center as well. More of these production structures going down, but now I've got sofas engaging these battle rams. Mangonels are not set on up and will get easily blown by these sofas. We got 4 siege here as well as some more crossbow pushing forward. Constant being redeployed. And does get a decent volley there onto these archers. More archer volley there. Mangonels are starting to go down to these sofas. Crossbowmen are starting to whittle down these sofa production. And these battle rams are going around uncontested, getting some great damage there as well as getting some great value for the Mongol. Crossbowman has denied this region. I'm not sure where the pit mine actually went. I don't think he torched it down that quickly. Good volley there into those archers. He still needs more Malians to deal with these battering rams. Those have been called on the front line to deal with these battering rams, and the Malian player has surrendered. This is Adam Green saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.